Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack Podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, and this is What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for June 5th, 2019. How this weekly episode of my podcast works is people tell me stuff that's aggravating them, or pissing them off, if you will, and I get mad about it on their behalf. They reach out to me in different ways, like I'll post on Facebook and Twitter and ask people, tell me what's pissing you off, and I'll put it on my podcast. And then they do. And then I talk about it on What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. Like today's episode, for example, I have a few from Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes people tell me to their face what's pissing them off. Like I had a few in my last episode when I did that. Other ways you can contact me is email me at mctaggartattack@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at KevMcT. That's at KEVMCT. Or if you don't know what that, can't remember that, it's the first three letters of my first name and the first three letters of my last name. So there. And I already mentioned Facebook. There's a Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack Podcast that you can find on Facebook. So I think I've described everything about what we're supposed to do in this episode of What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. So I'm just going to start with ranting about the topics, and let me see what topics we have today. I do about 5 per episode, because I like the number 5, and I want to keep the episodes to within 20 minutes a pop, because I feel like it's better that way. Because I used to, backstory for you before we go on. What's Pissing You Off used to be a segment that I did at the end of every podcast. And then I thought, maybe I could do like a video of it instead, like a YouTube series or something. And I tried to do that, or I tried to look into that, but it just seemed a little bit, logistically speaking right now, I can't really do that at this point. But maybe in the future I will. But then I thought, wait, I can do a weekly episode of What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. Well, I wasn't going to call it What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. It was just going to be What's Pissing You Off, and then like, well, when will I do it? How about a Wednesday? So thus, What's Pissing You Off Wednesday was born. So let's see. We have 5 topics today, 5 things that are pissing people off today. And the first is from Facebook, from Rebecca Lynn. She says, people who walk and text. If you were walking in front of me and texting and abruptly stop and I bump into you, don't give me a how rude look. Keep fucking walking. She says, keep fucking walking, princess. God, that is really annoying. Like, honestly, people, like, really need to be more aware of their surroundings. They need to be more aware of what's going on around them, regardless of the situation. Like, if you're on a phone, be mindful that as you're walking, that there's other people walking around too. And you can't just stop. You can't just fucking stop and expect the entire goddamn world to stop around you. That's not how it works, honestly. That's just rude. And if you act rude to anyone who bumps into you, they bumped into you because you stopped. Alright? They bumped into you because you didn't care that anyone else was walking around behind you. They bumped into you because you fucking stopped, you goddamn idiot. Seriously. That's fucking ridiculous. It just speaks volumes about what the fuck is wrong with this whole goddamn society where we're so occupied by what happens on our phones that we don't seem to pay any attention to what else is happening around us. And how selfish are we that we get mad at someone else when it's our fault that we stopped. Like, if I'm walking and I stop, I try to be like, oh wait, I better make sure that there's nobody else walking around. I don't want to have anyone bump into me. Yeah, think about that. Because honestly, if it's me and I do that and I stop and someone bumps into me, you know what I say? I'm sorry. I should have been looking where I'm going. I'm not going to be like, how dare you bump into me when I stopped? When I'm the one that caused this. How dare you how dare you, be mad at me? Huh, how dare you bump into me? It's fucking ridiculous. The nerve of some people, how ridiculous people are to just be so goddamn selfish to think that they did nothing wrong when they're the ones that did something wrong. When they're the ones that were looking at their phone and decided to stop. And then someone bumps into them and they're mad at that person for bumping into them. When they should be apologizing. They should be apologizing for being an idiot. But no, they refuse to believe that they are an idiot. If you're ever unhappy with how I ranted about something for you, if you feel I didn't get mad enough about it, please feel free to let me know and I will try it over again. Let's move on to the next one. The next one comes from Twitter, @SimonDullard. I asked, what's pissing you off? And he said, lots. But schools not paying NCAA athletes is a good topic. That is a good topic, Simon. Thank you so much for the suggestion. And it is pretty ridiculous how NCAA athletes continuously get in trouble, it seems, for getting paid under the table. Why? Because NCAA athletes in some sports can't have other jobs. Because if they have any sort of work or anything like that, then they're not considered amateur anymore. It destroys or ruins their amateur standing. Because they're amateur athletes in the NCAA. Which is so fucking stupid. There'd be no issues with this. There'd be a lot less athletes getting in trouble for getting paid under the table for various things if the NCAA just got their head out of their ass, removed their head from their buttocks, and just thought, okay, we need to change these rules that were established 50 or 60 years ago, or whenever the fuck it was, and think, alright, it's pretty stupid that these kids can't afford, anything. We need to change the rules. Maybe not pay them, maybe give them an allowance, a monthly stipend, or something like that. I mean, the NCAA makes billions of dollars on the NCAA basketball tournaments and college football bowl games and championship games and all that stuff. Make billions of dollars. And they can't pay their athletes. I wouldn't even say that it's paying. It's give them money or let them work a job or something like that. Or give them some sort of monthly allowance or stipend or whatever. $2,000 a year, $2,000 a month, or $1,000 a month or something, some shit like that. It's just so aggravating. Like, it seems like every year there's always dozens of stories where athletes get in trouble for the stupidest of things. Like, they can't, like, sell their likeness or anything like that. Or other stuff like that. Or taking money from people. But there would be no problems if the NCAA just got their head out of their ass and thought, okay, listen, we've penalized enough athletes at this point. We should really look into changing the system. But no, they don't want to change the system because they'd be making less money if they had to. They'd have less money if they had to pay the players. And it's not even like paying them millions of dollars a year per athlete. No, I'm just saying pay them, like give them like an allowance or something like that. Some sort of structured allowance, like $1,000 a month or something. I mean, they're college students. They're not going to have any other bills, really. It's just so ridiculous. Or let them have a job. Because I know, from what I understand, most NCAA athletes can't have a job, which is totally fucking stupid. But they should just get their head out of their ass and think, oh, we've penalized enough people. Maybe we shouldn't keep penalizing them. Maybe we need to see how we can change the system so we don't penalize these athletes anymore. But no. God forbid they lose money on this. Selfish pricks. Let's see. I have a couple more. I have 3 more. The next one is from Twitter. It's Chris Brewster. I think he gave me one last week. I can't remember exactly. Chris Brewster from Twitter at MOSDJ101. He says, car drivers who cut in front of lorries, then brake at last second, thinking, yeah, of course that 30-ton lorry can stop in the same distance of my Range Rover. The ones who drive a mile down the road to stop to drop off their kids to school. I did have to ask Chris a follow-up question to this. And I asked what a lorry was. And he told me what a lorry was, and I had to look it up again to see what the fuck a lorry was. And let's see. I asked him, and he told me, and I'm trying to look it up right now. And where the fuck is it? Okay, alright. Am I just hemming and hawing throughout my own goddamn podcast? Here we go. Alright. British word for trucks. A lorry is a British word for truck. A lorry is a truck. Sorry about that, people. So let's see. He's upset because again, this seems like a common theme here. Like, be fucking aware of your goddamn surroundings. Like, I live in Vermont, and I think a couple years ago there was a commercial or something where there were plow truck drivers lined up. They were at a roundtable discussion, and they were saying how basically, if you see a truck or anything like that, wait until you see the truck in like your rear view mirror before you go ahead and change lanes. You just can't like change lanes and go right in front of the truck, because like it's a big truck, and it can't just stop as quickly as I can in my goddamn Subaru. Alright? So be mindful of the fact that these truck drivers are operating huge vehicles, and it's hard for them to stop as quickly as you can. I mean, honestly, it's ridiculous how people continuously seem to have their head up their ass and aren't aware of their surroundings and don't think about others' consequences. Like, a large truck can't stop as quickly as a little car, or even like a Range Rover or anything like that, because it's a huge fucking truck that weighs tons, and it's hard for that. They just can't stop. So don't just like change lanes right in front of the fucking truck. That's pretty stupid. Have some goddamn decency, for crying out loud. Don't be a fucking idiot. And just, who cares how much of a rush you're in? Be mindful of the fact that, oh, hey, there's a truck. They can't stop as quickly as I can, so I better wait until they're in my rearview mirror. No, nobody hardly ever thinks that. But they should. And it's ridiculous that they don't. It's a goddamn shame. It's a goddamn motherfucking shame that people just don't seem to have their head up. That that people have their head up their asses and aren't aware of their goddamn surroundings. It's so frustrating. But it seems to be a common theme with whatever pisses you off. Is mostly it's because people have their head up their ass and aren't aware of their goddamn surroundings. Oh my god. Yeah, that is really fucking annoying. How dare people be so fucking rude and so disregard for other people is just disgusting, if you ask me. Alright, we've got two more. They're both from Facebook. One is Samantha O'Day, fellow comedian, and we're in a wedding party together in October. Let's see. She is upset about that a snack size bag of chips is 3 fucking servings. I beg to differ, fuckers. That is very annoying. You know, I try to watch what I eat. And it's like, I'll get these little bags of chips. And you look at the content on the back. And it says, when it says serving sizes. And it says 3 servings. In a little bag of chips. What the fuck am I supposed to do? First of all, am I supposed to like pour all of the chips out? Count them all up? You know, and see how many chips, you know, there are. Like, what is it, like 10 or 11 chips per serving, I think is what it is? No. These little bags of chips that say 3 servings? Not, how can you even split that the fuck up? Why would you do that? No, if you have like a little bag of chips, that should be the serving. But no, that's not the serving. It should be, though. It's ridiculous that it isn't. It's annoying that it isn't. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Count the chips out? I'm too hungry to count the chips out. It's just a continuing. This just continues the theory that the world is out there to keep us fat and happy, so we can ignore all the world's problems, which I guess isn't that bad of an idea, but still, it's fucking stupid. If they're 1 serving bag, they should just make 1 serving bags instead of 3 servings. Or if they are 3 servings, make them like individual, sealed off from each other, or something like that. You know? Don't just put them all in a bag together, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat the entire bag. 3 servings, my ass. It's ridiculous that it's just 3 servings. That's fucking bullshit. 3 servings. Kiss my ass. 3 fucking servings. It's 1 serving. It's at least 1 fucking serving. Ridiculous. Alright, we got one more for What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for June 5th, and it's from Facebook again, and it's from Sean Keating. And he says, get all my gear. get all my gear on to go run. I'm about to go outside. Then I have to pee. As a runner, I can sympathize with this. I hate when I get my running clothes on after work and I'm about to go run and then I have to go use the bathroom. That is the worst. That's got to be one of the worst things that you have to fucking deal with. You know, like when I want to go for a run, I'm all set, got my running gear on, got my shoes on that I don't wear in the house because I don't want to get the house dirty. And then all of a sudden, my goddamn bowel system goes off. And I'm like, oh, damn it, have to go use the bathroom. So then I have to go ahead and take off my shoes and then go into the bathroom, do my business, come back out, put my gym shoes on again, and then go for my run. It's sort of like my body hates me or something. My body doesn't want to run or something like that, which is stupid. I want to run, and I don't care if my body doesn't want to run. I'm going to fucking run. But that is really fucking annoying when I'm all set to go, all set to run, and then nope, bathroom. Fucking annoying. Really fucking annoying. Alright, well that's all I've got for this week's What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything that's pissing you off, feel free to contact me. Email is mctaggartattack@gmail.com. Twitter @KevMcT. McTaggart Attack Podcast Facebook page. Leave a message on there or something like that. And happy What's Pissing You Off Wednesday, everybody.